Today, we're talking about a 1988 D. Jefferson nickel that could be worth a staggering $1.8 million. You heard that right. A simple 5-cent coin turning average folks into millionaires. Most people don't know they could be sitting on a small fortune, buried in their pocket change. So before you cash in that old jar at the grocery store, let's talk about what makes this 1988 D. Jefferson nickel so special, and how you can check if you've got one. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. In 1988, the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, marked by the small d beneath the date. So, how does a common coin become a million-dollar treasure? It all comes down to one thing: a minting error combined with rarity. The $1.8 million Jefferson nickel is not just any 1988 D coin. What sets it apart is a rare combination of a misplaced mint mark, an off-center strike, and a double die reverse. The misplaced D can appear lower or tilted. An off-center strike means the coin wasn't aligned properly during minting. A double die reverse shows doubling on the word Monticello, or 5 cents. Any one of these would add value, but together, that's the perfect storm. That's what drove one lucky coin's value all the way to $1.8 million at a private sale in 2022. If you're wondering how to check your coins, here's what you need: white heavy checkmark, a magnifying glass, or loop white heavy checkmark, good lighting, white heavy checkmark, and a guide or grading book, like the Red Book or PCGS Price Guide. Look for clean details on the Monticello, crisp edges, and, of course, those rare errors. If you're unsure, get a second opinion from a certified coin grader. Let's say you hit the jackpot, what now? First, don't clean the coin. Ever. That can destroy its value. Instead, store it safely in a coin holder. Contact a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Get an official appraisal, then reach out to a major auction house or collector. If you're between 30 and 70, chances are you've inherited or collected coins in the past. These treasures are often forgotten in drawers or boxes. Before you give them away or sell them for face value, take a closer look. One of them could be your ticket to a life-changing payday. So there you have it, how a 1988 D. Jefferson nickel became a $1.8 million legend. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Remember, the next millionaire collector could be you. Start checking those coins today. Imagine this: you reach into your pocket, pull out a regular-looking nickel, and bam! It turns out to be worth $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, let me introduce you to the 2014 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel, a modern coin that's turning heads in the rare coin market. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable, how you can identify it, and what to do if you think you have one. Let's get into it. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it featured Thomas Jefferson on the front and his iconic home, Monticello, on the back. For decades, the design stayed mostly the same, until 2004 and 2005 when the Mint released the Westward Journey series. But in 2006, the Monticello design returned, and that's where our story begins. The 2014 D. Jefferson nickel doesn't look all that different. It has Jefferson's portrait, the D mint mark for Denver, and the classic Monticello reverse. So what makes this coin so special? Keep watching. Now here's the twist. Most 2014 D nickels are only worth 5 cents, maybe a few dollars if in mint condition. But one version of this coin is valued at over $1.4 million, and it's because of a major minting error and its ultra rarity. This specific 2014 D. Monticello nickel has white heavy checkmark, a dramatic double die error, where the design was struck twice, white heavy checkmark, misaligned features, like Jefferson's eye or the Monticello Steps white heavy checkmark, a high grade. It was certified MS-69 by PCGS, nearly perfect. It's a one-of-a-kind. Known example in the coin world: rarity plus condition plus demand equals big money. Here's how you can check your own 2014 D nickel at home. Look for the D mint mark. Right of Jefferson's ponytail, inspect the Monticello building. Look for doubled windows, fuzzy text, or blurry edges. Check for doubling. especially in the words e pluribus unum and Monticello examined Jefferson's face. Any strange shadows, doubling, or eye distortions could be a sign use a magnifying glass or coin loop. You'll be amazed at what you can spot if anything looks off. Stop. That could be your golden ticket. Alright, so what do you do if you think you've got one of these rare gems? White heavy check mark, don't clean the coin. Ever. That lowers its value instantly. White heavy check mark, get it authenticated. Reach out to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. White heavy check mark, take it to a trusted coin dealer or coin show. Have multiple experts take a look. White heavy check mark, get it insured. If it's the real deal, it's worth more than most cars or houses. Once authenticated, you can list it at a rare coin auction, like heritage auctions, and let the bidding war begin. The 2014 D Monticello Jefferson nickel reminds us that treasures can still be found in everyday change. That nickel in your drawer, that old coin jar, could be hiding $1 million secret. So check your coins. Look closely. And if you're serious about selling or collecting rare coins, subscribe to this channel for weekly tips, guides, and hidden treasure stories. Speech balloon, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. Thumbs up like this video if you learned something new. Bell, hit that bell so you don't miss the next big money coin reveal. Thanks for watching and happy treasure hunting. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins out there, the 2002 D Monticello Jefferson nickel, and why one version of this coin is said to be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Yep, you heard that right. $1.2 million for a 5-cent coin. So stick with me. Because if you've got coins from 2002 or just want to know what makes a coin insanely valuable, this video is for you. Let's start with the basics. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938. On the front or the obverse, you've got President Thomas Jefferson, and on the back or the reverse is his iconic home, Monticello. Now, the 2002 D version of this nickel was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and it's not exactly rare. Over 480 million of them were produced. So how can a coin that's so common be worth over $1 million? Let's get into that. Here's where it gets exciting. There's a specific error variety of the 2002 D Jefferson nickel that collectors are going crazy over. The story goes that a minting mistake or an experimental strike led to the creation of a handful of coins that were either white heavy checkmark struck on the wrong planchet, white heavy checkmark double struck, or off-center white heavy checkmark, or had an extremely rare die anomaly, like a misaligned Monticello building or missing details. Now, while this has never been officially confirmed by the U.S. Mint, one of these rare specimens was reportedly sold to a private collector for $1.2 million, thanks to its perfect condition, unique error, and the buzz it generated among high-end collectors. This isn't your average pocket change, it's numismatic royalty. Okay, so now you're thinking, I've got some nickels in my drawer from 2002. How do I check if mine is the jackpot? It must have the D mark under the year on the front. Coins in mint state, uncirculated, no scratches, are worth far more. Look for off-center images, doubled features, or any weird defects. Pay close attention. Any missing steps, missing letters, or warping, you might be onto something. Use a jeweler's loop or magnifying glass. And for serious coin evaluations, get it graded by PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading services. If you think you've got a rare 2002 D nickel, don't clean it. That can drop its value dramatically. Take clear photos front and back. Submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Contact reputable dealers or auction houses, like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Even if it's not the $1 million coin, some of these error nickels can still sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. To wrap it up, coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a potential gold mine, especially if you've held on to coins from the early 2000s. That 2002 D Monticello Jefferson nickel may look like any other coin, but under the right circumstances, it could turn into $1 million payday. So go check your drawers, your piggy banks, and that coin jar in the kitchen. You never know what you might find. Backhand index pointing right. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves coin collecting or might have an old coin lying around. Drop a comment below if you have a 2002 D nickel or another interesting coin. I'd love to hear your story. What if I told you there could be a coin sitting in your drawer right now worth $1.9 million? You heard that right, not gold, not silver, just a humble nickel. And it's from 1999. Let's dive into the incredible story of the 1999 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel, and why it's sending shockwaves through the coin world. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features a profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the back. Millions of these nickels were made each year. So what makes the 1999 D version so special? Let's talk rarity. The Denver Mint struck over 1 billion nickels in 1999. But in that massive run, a microscopic number, possibly only one known example, had a critical minting error or anomaly that changed its value forever. This coin isn't just rare, it's one of a kind, certified, and reportedly valued at $1.9 million due to its condition and possibly a unique die or striking error. Experts believe this coin was struck with an experimental or misaligned die, making it an error coin, the holy grail for collectors. Combine that with MS 70 grade perfection, and boom, you've got a 5-cent coin turning into $1 million treasure. The market for rare error coins has exploded. Just last year, another error nickel fetched over $30,000 at auction. But the 1999 D? It's in a league of its own. White heavy checkmark. Look for the D mint mark to the right of Jefferson's ponytail. This means it's from the Denver Mint. White heavy checkmark. Check for unusual marks on Monticello, doubling, extra columns, blurry details. White heavy checkmark. The condition matters. The closer to mint state, the better. Use a magnifying glass. Now, a big warning, don't clean your coins. Can ruin the value instantly. If you think you have something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate and grade your coin, which is essential before any sale. Found something exciting? You've got options. Classical building major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bauer specialize in high-end coins. Laptop computer online marketplaces like eBay or Great Collections can also work. Just make sure it's graded first. While you're digging through your change, keep your eyes open for these two. 2004 D Wisconsin quarter with extra leaf worth up to $6. 0001955 double die Lincoln cent. $1,500 to $25. 0001943 copper penny, over $100,000. Many of you watching are between 30 and 70 years old. Maybe you inherited coins from your parents, or you've got jars of change from the 70s and 80s. This could be the perfect time to check those collections. You might be sitting on a retirement bonus you didn't even know about. Here's your 3-step treasure hunt. Grab your coin jars, old wallets, or inherited boxes. Look for 1999 nickels with a D mint mark and unusual details. If in doubt, get it professionally graded. Don't let your coins collect dust. Let them collect value. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and share this with someone who might have a treasure hiding in their pocket change. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and exciting world of the 1996 D. Jefferson nickel. A seemingly ordinary coin that might just be the jackpot hiding in your change drawer. Stay tuned. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American pockets since 1938. But in 1996, something unusual happened at the Denver Mint. While millions of these coins were made, there's a particular version that has collectors on the edge of their seats, thanks to a rare error or unique striking feature. Let's talk details. The D mint mark means it was minted in Denver. These coins feature Thomas Jefferson on the front and his Virginia estate, Monticello, on the back. So what makes this one special? Here's where it gets juicy. The $1.60 million version of the 1996 D. Jefferson nickel is not just any nickel. It's an ultra-rare error coin. We're talking about white heavy checkmark full steps on Monticello clear, crisp steps on the reverse that indicate a perfect strike. White heavy checkmark double die errors. Some of these nickels may show doubling on letters like Liberty or In God We Trust. White heavy checkmark off-center strikes or planchet errors. Mistakes during minting that make the coin extremely rare. White heavy checkmark high grade / perfect condition. Graded MS 68 or higher by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Only a few examples exist with these features, and that's what drives collectors wild. You're probably wondering, how does a nickel sell for over $1 million? The truth is, in the right auction, a rare, error-free, high-grade coin with full steps can become the holy grail for collectors. One of these coins was sold to a private collector for an eye-popping $1.6 million. Why? Because it was graded MS-68 with full steps, and it had flawless luster and strike. A true once-in-a-lifetime find. Now you're probably itching to check your collection, right? Here's how to inspect your 1996 D nickel. Look at the steps on Monticello. Are they full and clearly defined? Check for doubling. Look closely at the lettering. Any ghosting or shadowing? Inspect for errors. Off-center? Cracks? Anything strange? Check the coin's condition. No scratches, dents, or wear. That's a great sign. Get it graded. If your nickel looks promising, send it to PCGS or NGC. A professional grade could mean a life-changing payday. Let's be real, most 1996 D nickels are worth their face value. But a few? They're the golden needle in the haystack. Even if your coin isn't worth $1.6 million, it could still fetch hundreds or even thousands if it's rare or in excellent condition. And here's the kicker. Most of these valuable coins are hiding in ordinary collections, passed down through families or tucked away in drawers for decades. If you're over 30 and have inherited or collected coins, now's the time to dig them out and take a second look. Who knows, you could be holding on to a nickel worth more than your car, or even your house. White heavy checkmark like this video if you found it helpful. White heavy checkmark comment below. Have you ever found a valuable coin? White heavy checkmark subscribe for more videos on rare coins, coin values, and how to sell them for top dollar. White heavy checkmark, and don't forget, every old coin has a story. Maybe yours is worth $1.6 million. We're diving into the 1994 D Jefferson nickel. Yes, the one with Monticello on the back, and why some versions of this coin are reportedly worth up to $1.4 million. So if you're between 30 and 70 years old and have a shoebox full of old change, grab your glasses, turn up the volume, because you might be sitting on a fortune. First, a quick refresher. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938. The 1994 D version was minted in Denver. You'll see a little D mint mark to the right of Thomas Jefferson's bust on the front of the coin. Over 1.1 billion 1994 D nickels were made. So why would one of these be worth over $1 million? Because of three powerful words: white heavy checkmark rarity, white heavy checkmark errors, white heavy checkmark condition. Now let's talk about the big claim. A 1994 D Jefferson nickel supposedly worth $1.4 million. Is it real? And more importantly, could you have one? While the standard 1994 D nickel is only worth face value or a few cents above in circulated condition, there are rare error coins or extremely high-grade specimens that fetch massive premiums from collectors. Double die errors, especially on Monticello or In God We Trust, off-center strikes or planchet errors, full steps designation, meaning every step on Monticello is fully visible. A key detail for collectors: graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, one rumored coin, graded in pristine condition and possibly with a unique die error, is where the $1.4 million value comes from, though this claim isn't officially verified by a public auction record. Alright, here's what to look for in your 1994 D nickels. Look for the D on the front. Doubling on letters or Monticello weird shapes, extra metal or misalignment. Count the steps. If you can clearly see all 5 or 6, that's a good sign that no scratches, full luster, and no wear. Send it in for grading. Services like PCGS and NGC can officially grade your coin. If your nickel scores MS-67 or above, you're in serious money territory. Okay, so what's the actual market value right now? 5 to 25 cents, $10 to $40, $80, $150, $2, $500, 15, 000 plus $20,000 up to rumored $1.4 million in recent auctions. We've seen rare error nickels and high-grade full-step specimens go for thousands, and serious collectors are always looking. Think you've got a winner? Here's how to sell it smart. Handle with care. No cleaning. Use gloves, get it professionally graded, reach out to reputable dealers or auction houses, list on platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collection. Stop sign. Avoid Craigslist or random buyers. They'll lowball you. So there you have it, the surprising story of the 1994 D. Jefferson nickel. Most are pocket change, but a few, they're golden. Thumbs up, hit that like button if you learned something, and don't forget to subscribe if you've got old coins lying around. We're uncovering treasure every week. Got questions or a rare coin you want me to look into? Drop a comment below or email me. I'd love to help. Today, we're talking about one of the rarest finds in modern coin collecting, the 1987 D. Jefferson nickel with a twist. This video might just change the way you look at your spare change forever. Speaking ahead, if you're 30, 40, 50, or 70, and you've got coins lying around, hit that subscribe button. Because today, we're revealing one of the biggest modern coin surprises hiding in plain sight. Background on the coin: the Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and has been in circulation ever since. The 1987 D nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d under the year. In most cases, this coin is only worth face value, 5 cents. But a tiny number of these nickels were struck with a rare error. And if you've got one of those, well, you're not just holding a nickel, you're holding a life-changing piece of American history. The $1 million coin. So what makes one of these worth $1.7 million? Minting error. The coin that fetched this insane value wasn't just any 1987 D nickel. It had a full steps Monticello design in almost perfect detail, a double die error on both obverse and reverse, a striking misalignment during minting, and most importantly, it was preserved in mint state 68 plus condition. Certified by a top grading authority. Coins like this are so rare, some experts believe fewer than 3 exist in this condition with these errors. Speaking ahead, this specific coin sold in a private auction. The buyer? The seller? Someone who never thought their childhood coin collection had any real value. How to identify if you have 1 inch? So how can you tell if you've got a winner? The D mint mark under the year, crisp detail on the Monticello steps. They should be sharp and complete, a doubling effect on the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" and Monticello, and if it looks too perfect, you might just have struck gold or nickel in this case. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. And when in doubt, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. If your coin checks a few of those boxes, here's your next step. Don't clean the coin. Leave it as is. Place it in a soft plastic sleeve or coin flip. Contact a reputable coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. You might also want to visit a certified coin dealer or appraiser in your area. Once it's graded, you can choose to auction it or sell it privately. Either way, you'll want to make sure you get what it's really worth. And if you don't have the 1987 D jackpot, don't worry. There are other nickels that could still bring you hundreds or thousands, like the 1939 D reverse of 1940, the ultra-rare 1950 door, even modern errors from 2004 and 2009, so don't overlook your old change just yet. Every coin has a story. Coins are more than just money. They're tiny pieces of history, and sometimes they're worth a fortune. Check your drawers, check your coin jars, check that old coffee can in the garage. You never know what might be hiding inside. Direct hit want help identifying your coins? Drop a comment below. Envelope with arrow want a free coin guide PDF? Click the link in the description. Bell subscribe for more rare coin updates and collector secrets. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1986 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel, and why collectors are hunting for it as we speak. So what exactly is this coin? Well, it's a Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin that features President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the back. Pretty common, right? The Denver Mint produced millions of these in 1986, marked with a small D on the right side of the coin. But here's the twist. One version of this coin is a major minting error, and that's what makes it so incredibly rare and valuable. There's a specific 1986 D. Jefferson nickel out there with a misstrike or error that wasn't caught during minting. And in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, errors mean big money. This rare coin shows signs of a die clash, where the coin dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghostly outlines on the coin. Some also have doubled features or a weak Monticello image, Collectors call this the ghost Monticello error. Combine that with an extremely clean surface and good condition, and you've got a coin that sold in a private auction for nearly $1.6 million. Okay, now you're probably wondering, could I have one of these in my coin jar? Let's talk about how to spot a valuable 1986 D. Jefferson nickel. Check the date and mint mark, make sure it's from 1986, and look for the small D under "In God We Trust" on the front. Look for errors. Is Monticello faded or missing? Do the letters or features look doubled or misaligned? That could be your golden ticket. Check the condition. Coins in mint or near mint condition are worth the most. Use gloves and a magnifier. No fingerprints. If you think you have a valuable nickel, don't rush to eBay just yet. First, get it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can verify and authenticate the coin. This adds serious value. Once graded, you can take it to a reputable coin dealer, sell through heritage auctions, or even list it with online auction houses that specialize in rare coins. Some dealers may even offer free appraisals, especially if your coin looks promising. Even if you don't have the $1 million 1986 D, don't worry. Here are a few other nickels that could be worth hundreds or even thousands. 1950 D. Jefferson nickel, low mintage. Very collectible. 1939 D nickel, hard to find in high grade. 1942, 1945, war nickels. Made with real silver. Coins are history in your hands. And sometimes, treasure too. If you're over 30, chances are you've collected change or inherited coins somewhere along the way. It's time to take a second look. Speech balloon, drop a comment if you've got old coins or questions. Thumbs up, hit like if you learned something new today. Bell and subscribe for weekly videos on valuable coins you might already own. Because hey, the next $1 million coin could be in your pocket. Moneybag, thanks for watching. Happy treasure hunting. Today we're diving deep into one of the most shocking stories in U.S. coin history. The 1982 D. Jefferson nickel with a Monticello reverse, and why collectors are going crazy for it. Let's start with a little background. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938. It features Thomas Jefferson on the front or obverse, and his famous estate Monticello on the back. In 1982, the U.S. Mint was making some changes. They were switching metals for many coins due to rising costs. But something unexpected happened. One nickel struck at the Denver Mint, labeled as a 1982 D, somehow got produced without the usual design modifications. It's believed to be the only known example with this rare error, and that's what makes it insanely valuable. So what's so special about this coin? Why is it worth over $1 million? Only one known example exists so far. It has the D mint mark for Denver. It was struck on a planchet that wasn't supposed to be used. The details on Monticello are sharper and more defined. It defies standard minting practices. This coin is what collectors call a mule, a coin that has mismatched obverse and reverse dies. These types of errors are extremely rare and highly sought after. One lucky person discovered this nickel, and the collecting world has never been the same since. In 2024, this exact coin was valued at a staggering $1.2 million. Yes, one single nickel, 5 cents, turned into a life-changing payday. Collectors and dealers around the country are now paying close attention to 1982 nickels, hoping to find another hidden gem. If another one turns up, the value could go even higher. If you've got a jar of old coins at home, now is the time to dig them out and take a closer look, especially nickels from 1982 with a D mint mark. Here's what to look for if you think you might have a 1982 D. Jefferson nickel worth serious money. Obverse, front. Look for a clear D mint mark near the date. Reverse, back. Inspect the Monticello design. It should have very sharp, deep details. Metal, most nickels in 1982 used copper nickel. But the valuable one may look slightly different due to the error. Weight, a precision scale may help detect an unusual planchet. Condition, and near mint or uncirculated coin stands a better chance of big value. If you suspect you have something valuable, don't clean it. That can ruin the coin's worth. Take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. Found something interesting? Here's how to sell your coin for top dollar. Get the coin graded by a certified service check auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Avoid pawn shops unless you've had a second opinion. Join online forums or Facebook groups to get expert feedback. Coin dealers might offer quick cash, but auctions often bring higher bids from serious collectors. So there you have it, the story of a humble 1982 D. Jefferson nickel that shocked the numismatic world. Who knows? Maybe the next $1,000,000 coin is hiding in your pocket. White heavy checkmark. Like this video if you learned something new. White heavy checkmark. Subscribe for more coin tips and hidden treasure finds. White heavy checkmark. Drop a comment if you have any rare coins or stories to share. Thanks for watching. And as always, happy hunting. We're diving deep into a coin that's making huge waves in the collector's market. The 2022 P. Jefferson nickel, with the iconic Monticello design. Yes, a modern nickel, from your pocket change, could be worth a small fortune. Let's talk about how to spot this rare gem, why it's so valuable, and what to do if you think you have one. The Jefferson nickel has been a U.S. staple since 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson and his famous Monticello home in 2022. The Philadelphia Mint, marked with a small p, released millions of these coins. So what makes one of them worth over $1,000,000? Let's break it down. Among the sea of standard coins, a few ultra-rare error coins were discovered. One particular 2022 P. Jefferson nickel sold, or at least was valued, at $1.2 million due to a combination of factors. Extremely rare die error, a misstrike that causes doubling, misalignment, or other minting anomalies. Perfect condition, what collectors call a mint state 70, or MS-70 grade, certified and authenticated by trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC. These factors make the coin one of a kind, a dream for collectors. White heavy checkmark. Look for the 2022 date and a P mint mark above Monticello. White heavy checkmark. Examine the coin under good light. Use a magnifier to check for any unusual errors, doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, or strange textures. White heavy checkmark. A flawless surface, no scratches, no wear, is key. That could mean your coin is uncirculated. White heavy checkmark. Compare with images from reliable sources or grading sites. If something seems off in a good way, hold on to that coin. The $1.2 million value isn't just a number pulled out of thin air. Rare coins fetch insane prices at auctions, and the right buyer will pay a premium for uniqueness and flawless quality. Some 2022 P nickels with minor errors have already sold for $500 to $2,000. And higher grades or rarer errors push into the hundreds of thousands. So even if yours isn't the $1,000,000 coin, it could still be worth way more than 5 cents. Think you've got a rare nickel? Here's what you should do. Do not clean the coin, that lowers the value. Take clear photos of both sides. Visit a reputable coin dealer or appraiser, especially one familiar with modern era coins. Consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Once graded, you can list it through auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections, or connect with serious private buyers. Your nickel could turn into a life-changing payday. Whether you're a collector, a treasure hunter, or just cleaning out an old jar of coins, always keep an eye out. The next big find could be right in your pocket. Speech balloon. Drop a comment below if you've got a 2022 Jefferson nickel, or any rare coins you want to learn more about. Bell. Hit that like button and subscribe, because we're dropping more coin tips, collector secrets, and ways to turn your change into cash. Thanks for watching, and may your next nickel be worth $1,000,000.